Alright, I wanted to do a little coming attractions kind of videos. Not really coming attractions, but that kind of video. Anyway, I got a couple of things here that I'm going to attempt. I should, be able to do them. They're not overly complicated or anything. Um, but I just kind of wanted to I don't know, whet your appetite a little bit, or whet my own, more or less. Um, I'm going to turn it off, spin it around, show y'all a couple of things that we're going to be attempting to do here. Okay? Okay, first things first. These are the taps and dies, or taps, yeah, taps and dies, screw, drill bits. Dang, my mind goes crazy sometimes. These are the taps, these are the pipe ease outs, and tap handle and die handle. Um, I'm sure a lot of y'all know a lot about all this stuff anyway, but for those who don't, these are what's called taps, thread taps. What you do is you drill a hole and you stick this down in the hole and you screw it in, and that's what actually puts threads inside of a hole that you're trying to screw a bolt to or something like that. All these are stuff that I've accumulated over the years. Uh, so I mean, this is just it's a mix match group of stuff anyway. Of course, these are drill bits. Like I said, these are taps. These are what's called taps. This is a thread gauge. What you do is you take this piece right here and you put it up against whatever one it fits to, and that tells you what size it is. All right. So these are taps. These put threads in a hole. Of course, y'all know what a drill bit is. These are what's called dies. Now, what you do is once you find out say you got a bolt or something that's got some threads that's boogered up on it, or you got a piece of metal you're trying to put threads on or something like that. What you do is you take this die and you put it in this die holder here. See how it's round and how this is round? It just fits down in there like that. And you take it and you screw it down, and that's what puts threads or cleans threads up on a bolt. That's usually what I use them for, is just cleaning threads up on a bolt that's got some a cross thread or a bad thread on it or something like that, in just one little spot. You can run this down there and it'll clean the thread up so you can use the bolt or the screw or whatever it is you're trying to use. And like I said, this is the handle that it fits into, the die handle that it fits into, and usually, like I said, that's just what I use them for. Well, this whole set, before I get too far here, these taps fit into one of two size handles that I have. I mean, you can get them bigger, but they fit into one of two size handles. The smaller ones fit into this tap handle here, and they'll sit in there, and that's what you use to screw down in the metal or whatever you're trying to put the threads into. This is for the bigger ones. Now this tap handle, I didn't realize it the other day until I started cleaning this stuff up. This tap handle is missing this piece right here. See this little black piece right here? There's supposed to be another one on this piece, this other threaded piece right here. Well, it's missing. I don't know where on earth it is. And that one, you can see it's kind of boogered up itself. It's been used a good little bit. That's just so soft metal is all it is. And it's gotten kind of boogered up too. So the best thing for me to do is get another tap handle like this. They're not too terribly expensive. They're relatively cheap. So I can just, instead of trying to fool with that, I'll probably just go and get me another one. But this tap handle is still in good shape, so I'm not worried about it. These are pipe ease outs. Let's say you're trying to get a pipe out of a machine, out of another pipe, or out of a fitting or something like that, and it strips out or it breaks off flush. Well, you can't get the darn thing out, so you can put another piece of pipe in there. So what this does, it actually has left-handed threads. So when you tap it in there all the way as far as you can until it bites, and then you unscrew it. Well, as you unscrew it, this is going to dig deeper, and at the same time, it's going to pull that pipe out. It's going to use the threads that's broke off in there to actually screw out. And once you get it all the way out, then you just take it back off, take that little broken piece of pipe off. And I got 3 different sizes here. Like I said, this whole set right here is just a mix match of stuff that I've collected over the years. And I'm either going to build a big toolbox. When I say a big toolbox, I mean just one that I don't want to carry around everywhere. Someplace I could leave, leave this stuff in. Or a small one, and I'm sorry, the big one for this and other stuff. That probably will be what I do. Until I haven't researched it very much, so I'm not exactly sure as far as cost-wise how much it's going to cost to do it the way I want to do it. Or I maybe just build a small box just for the taps and tap handles. Okay, that's one project. The next project is this axe handle and this axe head. Now, as you can tell, this axe handle is broke. Just broke off just as pretty as you can please, because there's the hole it went into. There's the other end. So I'm gonna knock this out and make me another wooden handle probably for this, and at the same time clean this axe head up and sharpen it up to where it's usable. And like I said, make a wooden axe handle for this. Okay, a wooden axe handle for this. You probably use this as a template. I probably put the same kind back on there, but I'll use this as a template to kind of get a gauge of what I want to do there. That's another thing. The last thing I want to show you is this baby right here. Now this sucker right here has a tremendous amount of what do you call it? Oh man. Sentimentality or sentimental value. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I had to stop for a minute. This piece right here, this is a draw knife, just for so you don't, just so you know. The difference between a draw knife and a spoke shave is that this is a draw knife. It's usually all one piece, and it has a blade, the blade on it. Of course, this one's rusted up pretty good. A spoke shave is a little smaller one. It's probably about the entire length of just this blade, and it has a little smaller blade in here, and it's replaceable. The blade's replaceable. You pop that blade out, put another blade on. It's just a handle, but it's a lot smaller. That's what they call a spoke shave, I believe. I could be wrong. Wouldn't doubt it. This particular draw knife belonged to my grandfather, who passed away back in 1988, and it was sitting up in his shop. Well, my dad actually brought this to me and gave it to me to restore. So that's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to replace the handles on it, of course. These handles are kind of old, to say the least. I'm sure these handles have seen a lot of work. But I'm going to clean this blade up and sharpen this blade and put new handles on it. And the weird thing about this is I've seen draw knives before, but the ones that I've seen, and I don't know if you can see it, see how this is tapered on this side and that side? It's tapered down to a point there. It's not like a chisel where you have a flat side and one tapered side. The draw knives that I've always seen have more of a chisel blade on them. They have a flat side on one side, and then they have the bevel side on this side. Well, this is the sharp side. Say this is the bevel side. This would be the sharp side, and this would be the flat side. But this one doesn't. This one has a sharp is beveled on both sides. So this is kind of unique to me. And you can tell different things. You can tell this one's kind of bent in, and this one's more perpendicular to the blade, and this was less perpendicular to the blade. But regardless, I'm going to take this. I'm going to try to refurbish this and sharpen it for use. You can tell it's been hit a few times too, because you see how it is. It's nice and thin. Then it has a flat side there, and it goes real flat there, and it comes back thin there. So chances are this has been put in something, a piece of wood or something, and somebody hit it with an axe or a hammer or something like that to kind of try to gouge something. But this blade's kind of in rough shape. It's got some little craters in the side here, some little nicks and stuff. So this is going to be a lot of fun, but I'm also going to take a lot of time with this one. This one's not going to be a quick deal. Just grind it up, put some more handles on. I'm going to take some time with this one. I really want this one to be good. And that's about it. Like I said, this is that's enough, I believe, for right now, just to kind of keep things going. Plus, you know, the other episode videos that we have. I tell you, the first thing I'll probably do, just to kind of get back in the spirit of things, is probably do the axe and the axe handle, and then I'll probably do the draw knife, and then maybe the toolbox. We'll just see how much that gets in my way right here. I let them sit out here to let the rest of that oil just kind of dry off of them, because they've been soaking in oil for a good month or so. So kind of letting that just kind of dry off. But anyway, that's what I got. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this, but I want to do it. I don't want to go into it blind and unpracticed, so I'm going to practice up on that axe handle and kind of go from there. All right? Thanks for watching, y'all. Look forward to a lot of fun here.